Shut up and sit down.
We're back with Matt Lepay. This is Inside Wisconsin. All right, Matt, nobody has probably been around the Badgers more than you, but what comes along with the Badgers is the Badger Band. Mm-hmm. Are you sick of it yet?
No, we miss it. Want them back. They weren't around this past year. So, no, we're eagerly awaiting their return in September. Yeah.
Answer me this. If you had to choose, obviously you're doing Brewers baseball, Badgers basketball, Badger football, but you can only do one now from this point forward. Which one is it and why?
Ooh, that's the dreaded question. It's hard to be.
There's no time limit. There will not be a buzzer with a big X, and there is not a. You cannot pass to the next question.
I know. I was trying to stall. It is really hard to beat the anticipation driving to Camp Randall the morning of a game, and just being in that atmosphere is something that that might be the last thing, if it was up to me, the last thing that I would give up. But that's a tough one. Kind of hard to beat the atmosphere of a basketball game too. But I guess I'd lean to keeping football.
All right, I got one more.
That was appropriately diplomatic.
Wasn't that though?
Yeah,
you played that perfect.
Right on cue. Beautiful.
So I read your book, Why Not Wisconsin? Great read. I love how you went from story to game, behind the scenes to the game. You talk a little bit about Ron Dayne and that being the biggest game that you got to call on the football side of things. But I'm curious what goes through Matt Lepay's mind when a naked guy shows up on the field. What happens when that happens?
It's funny you mention that because Kevin Harlan has become the master of describing that on radio, and it happened in the last Rose Bowl game that Wisconsin was in, and my mind is racing. I'm going, should I go Kevin Harlan here? I'm going to sound like some guy trying to be Kevin Harlan. If you remember, most of the time, like forever and ever, you don't say anything. If you're radio or television, if there is someone, a streaker in this case, who goes on the field, because you don't want to detract from what's happening. So that was the route that I took. Ron had just set the record. It was, one of the greatest moments, maybe other than the first Rose Bowl win in '94 over UCLA. That was the greatest single moment in program history, right? So, like, the guy's running goal line to goal line, and we just let it go. If it happened again, I'd be a little bit different, but 1999, Matt kind of went old school there, like most people did in those days, and so let it go. If you look at the replay though, or if you ever watch the game again, Ron starts busting out laughing, and the other guys in the huddle. But no, we went too serious. So that's what I'd like to have back.
I would love to have Ron Dayne and the streaker on Inside Wisconsin.
I can get you Dane. I don't know if I can get you.
I can get you the streaker. Get this. Can you? So we launch Inside
like
Wisconsin.
A real guy, or you just know random naked guys?
Well, no, absolutely not. No, the real guy. I had a buddy who knows that guy, and we could easily get him on. Maybe we'll have it happen. Who knows?
So what company is he running now? He's probably running a company.
Totally.
Right.
Hey, apparently he gave his mom a heads up, which was really nice of him to do.
Yeah, they always say that now, like in TV. We're like, we don't want to show that. We don't want to encourage people. Like, you really think that's going to encourage people? Like, you think that's going to like, oh God, we saw that on ESPN and we saw it on ABC. Now you got to be a unique goofball to go do that. And I think we should show stuff like that all the time. So, anyway, do I get my random ones now? Is that am I? All right. Have you ever held Paul Bunyan's axe?
I have. As a matter.
How heavy is that?
You got to be ready. You got to be, work out a little bit.
All right. Give me the event you'd like to call.
National championship game.
Okay. Doesn't matter what. Doesn't matter.
A football national championship game.
All right. Very good. Are you good with 4? Do you think we should expand the playoff?
Would like to see it expanded. What I would like to see, real quick, I would hope that players who have participated get asked about it. Because right now you're talking about 15 games for these guys. And if you expand it, you're looking at more. I would love to get feedback from them. But as a fan, I would love to see it go to 8 at least.
Okay. See, I will. Well, someday we'll argue about that because everybody's wrong if they wants to expand it. On your Twitter, you say you're a lousy golfer. Like how lousy?
Really lousy. In fact, our good friend Andy North once told me, Lepay, you have a lot of talent. It just happens to be deeply hidden. Not good. Not good. But I play quickly. I do play quickly.
Very good. And the last thing I got for you. Okay, I'm playing for my kids' tuition in a game of horse. Which Badger shooter do I want?
Bronson Koenig.
That guy will make sure that my 529 is safe.
Yeah, I would lean to Bronson Koenig. Great shooter.
It was Bronson that hit that shot in the NCAA tournament, right?
Yeah. He's their all-time three-point shooter, most three-point makes. Ben Brust was really good too, but yeah, I think when he's right, Bronson Koenig would be my guy to probably make all those tough shots.
That's who I need. I don't want to take out student loans.
Avoid it if you can.
We're grateful that you joined us, whether it was Bronson Koenig or Ben Brust hitting a buzzer beater or a touchdown Wisconsin on the radio, or now a Christian Yelich home run or a Lorenzo Cain robbing of a home run in opening day 2019. It is just better with Matt Lepay behind the mic. We're grateful that you joined us, Matt.
Glad to be with you guys.
Yep, appreciate the soundtrack you give us. It's great.
Thank you, John. Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Shut up and sit down.